One of these teams in their campaign to the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship. For one of these teams, 45 more minutes to secure their shot on Saturday at a ticket to New Zealand. Teams are unchanged from that first half, a first half where the U.S. outshot Trinidad and Tobago 7-3, forcing 2 saves out of Johan Welch, the Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper, who's a member of the Houston Dynamo Academy. Russell Canoes knocks that down. Tommy Thompson trying to accelerate. Is out-muscled, though, by Neville Hackshaw and gives away a free kick.
And that'll be the biggest adjustment and the need for adjustment when it comes to Tommy Thompson. We all know he's good with the ball. We all know he's got tricks. We all know he can make you look silly. But he's got to get big. He's got to get stronger. He incorporates that in his game, whew, anything can happen.
Now there's the flick, but again, Hackshaw just bigger than him. Keep him from getting back to it. Laid off by Andrews into the space now for Shannon Gomez, and he will get there in time. The right back running at Requejo. Gomez gets a cross away, not enough behind it, easily cleared away by Miazga. Trinidad and Tobago able to keep it in the middle, though. Find Moore to come and grab it. Hyman cuts inside of Hackshaw. Watch that ball is bobbling up in the chewed up center of the field. Romain Gall unable to control it. And again, Moore now blocked the pass. It's going to end up at the feet of Kishun Sicharan. Again, returns for Akeem Garcia to the byline. Moore able to block it. And Trinidad and Tobago have their first corner of the game.
Good job. Good job by Jacques Moore there. To get back. You see his closing speed. You see his recognition that this is danger. This is a problem. And then to make that tackle.
Once again, it's Matthew Wu Ling just being ushered to go a little bit quicker. Wu Ling is in for Akeem Humphrey, who'd been starting in the center of midfield, but was sent off in their last game. Dangerous ball sent in, flashing through in there. To be Watson, and it's Moore who clears it back out for a throw. Neville Hackshaw this time plays for Northeast Stars in the Trinidad and Tobago Pro League. His first international tournament for his country. Long throw towards Watson. Knocked down. The follow-up is flashed over. Matthew Wu Ling first to react to that loose ball. And a shot across the bow of the U.S.
Could see Trinidad making it difficult. Challenging on that ball. Doesn't matter whether it's a corner or a set piece or a free kick or a throw-in. That second opportunity that you get simply by challenging on the balls. That's important.
Thompson on the knockdown from Spencer finds Jamison, and it's going to be a handball on Leland Archer, the freshman at the College of Charleston, who came across to defend it. Free kick for the U.S.
A better outlet there by Ben Spencer and a much better weighted ball into him for him to come back, get the ball, and then recirculate.
Center backs Carter Vickers and Miazga are coming forward. Once again, Emerson Hyman to take. Not happy with how far the wall is away. Gets us in deep to the back post. Welch was knocked down. Jamison saved off the line. Held in by Gall. It's going to be out for a goal kick. Welch was obstructed by someone in there from getting to it, and Bradford Jamison inches away from giving the U.S. the lead.
A long ball over the top. Well done there. I mean, you're not going to get a better look than this. But well done by Trinidad to cover Welsh. He's in no man's land.
Neville Hackshaw was able to block it on the line. Jamison has 2 goals and 1 a penalty at this tournament so far. And Trinidad and Tobago still just keeping themselves alive with that.
I know it's probably sacrilege to say this, but we've talked so much about this field and about also the skill that the U.S. has. And even balls back just like that. I'd almost rather see this team, this U.S. team, play this game on synthetic surface, on artificial turf. And you can scream and yell at me all you want.
I'm from Portland. I won't say anything bad about it.
But it is the great equalizer when you have a horrible field like this. So it's not just as simple as saying, put it on grass. Put it on good grass.
Thompson's pass is blocked by Jesus Perez. Thompson sandwiched. Referee will play advantage as Hyndman is carrying forward. Well, Thompson first to get out of there. Hard challenge as Knuth is able to hack it wide for Requeijo. Nice pass off target for Romain Gall.
And when I say synthetic surface, I mean good synthetic surface.
Good turf as compared
good turf.
to bad grass.
All turfs are not created equally.
Gomez in for Hackshaw now, trying to play up ahead for Akeem Andrews, knocked out for a Trinidad and Tobago throw. Back in for Akeem Garcia, and his return for Gomez is too far out in front. John Requeijo is with Tijuana instead of an opportunity to play at UCLA. One of 4 Tijuana players on this U.S. roster. And not the best ball in the world there from Knuth, putting Requeijo in a tough spot. It's cleared out for a throw. Hyndman trying to help out to win that ball. Jamison tripped up, free kick U.S. And Bradford Jamison just feeling that a little bit.
There's this constant debate and argument about what's best for these young players in terms of their development. Where do they go? And obviously with the increased development opportunities that players have, that American players have, with what MLS has done, you look at a player like Bradford Jamison as the poster boy basically with homegrown and academy and the USL type of environment that has. And there is an incentive for the Galaxy to have him do well and to have him have opportunities, as opposed to some players that might go other places where they're...
You know, Jamison driving towards the byline here again. That was close to being a handball. It started with Spencer's knockdown. John Peety, the referee, had another long look at that. And it just shepherded out by Carter Vickers. Well, and to your point, the only 2 real college players on the roster who are Stephen and Connor Donovan, both now attached to professional clubs.
Man, if you are in an environment that is nurturing, that has a vested interest in seeing you do well, that can sometimes be an advantage. And maybe you make more money in the short term by going, but the coach gets changed, something else happens.
Akeem Garcia going down just outside the box. That was Carter Vickers, who was struggling to deal with the bounce of that. And Carter Vickers perhaps lucky that that wasn't a few inches more towards the middle of the field.
It's this constant balance that defenders have. How much do you muscle? How much do you put in?
Another dangerous chance upcoming for Matthew Wu Ling in Trinidad and Tobago.
It comes with time when you do lay off and say, rather than risk possibly giving up a dangerous set piece like this, I'm going to let you have the ball.
And Trinidad and Tobago know that it might only take 1 goal. A win over the U.S. would get them through to that playoff round at the expense of these Americans. And it's Wu Ling standing over it. Played just 6 minutes of the tournament before tonight. Sends it into a dangerous area. Good header away by Knuth. The shot fired back in, and a save in the end from Stephen. Trinidad and Tobago now pressuring high up the field, forcing Carter Vickers to lump it long. Hyndman's flicked header. Can't find Spencer. And that's going to be out for a Trinidad and Tobago throw.
We just saw off that set piece, Dwayne Muckett, when Trinidad hit a long distance shot. He had a rocket earlier this tournament against Aruba. I was actually talking to his coach at USF, George Kiefer. He said, wow, we've never seen him do anything like that. So every once in a while, it goes where you want it to go. But spoke so highly of Dwayne Muckett and who he is as a player and as a person.
He's going to be expected to repeat that now when he's back in Florida. As Akeem Garcia gives away a free kick. There are 4 Trinidad and Tobago players who are at U.S. colleges, 2 of whom are on the field. The other, Leland Archer from College of Charleston, and then you've got Johan Welch, the goalkeeper. He's from the Houston Dynamo Academy. Steffen's free kick evades anyone in the white shirt. Carter Vickers header. Jamison helps it along. Thompson rising up to grab it. Jamison now carries forward. Calls the attention of 2 Trinidad and Tobago defenders and almost escaped. A little bit of afters there with Archer. Thompson again on the ball. Trying to turn and get away from Jesus Perez. Plays it into space. Hackshaw challenging him the whole way. Out for a goal kick.
Well, you mentioned the collegiate influence of this Trinidad team, and I talked to a bunch of different coaches, including players that are on the bench. Brandon Creed from Temple. I talked to his assistant coach, Brian Claret, and, or Ricardo John, who possibly could come in up top from Virginia Tech. Talked to his coach, Michael Bresendine. And to a man, they said how great these players are as people. Great grades, not a problem. A bunch of them said, boy, I wish all my players were like this. So they got a real pipeline where you're getting good students and you're getting good soccer players.
Well, once again, Trinidad and Tobago looks like they're going to load up for a long throw with Nathaniel Hackshaw. Shaw's played every minute at this tournament for Trinidad and Tobago. Taking his time to come over and take it. Fired into the box. Over the top of the box. A little bit of hesitation. Clearance as far as Akeem Andrews sidesteps 2 U.S. players. Able to carry it forward. It's Miazga there as the whistle goes for a foul. U.S. wanting to go quick on the restart as Trinidad and Tobago were drawn forward. Requejo just barely gets that away. Romain Gall had to wait for it, picks it up now. Gall weaves his way inside, poked away, and cleared back to midfield. Well, both of these teams have been going in very different directions. Both of these teams, for the U.S., it was no goals allowed the last 2 games. For Trinidad and Tobago, no goals scored. So both of those streaks reaching exactly 250 minutes right now. As again, the U.S. 1 point from the first 2 games and 2 wins since. Trinidad and Tobago 4 points from the first 2 games, and they've lost both since.
I think defensively from this game, Ramos has got to be happy. Collectively, the team has gotten their shape when they need to. They've ganged up at times when they need to win the ball back quickly in good areas. Backstep hasn't been called upon in goal to do a tremendous amount. They've defended set piece as well, not just the initial ball, but gotten out and gotten pressure.
Now, challenge there as Wu Ling goes for a tumble. Quickly back in for Heinemann, trying to send it across too far for Romain Gall.
But he's a step ahead, Heinemann. Even that pass, okay, it didn't get there, but he's already thinking when that throw-in comes into his chest, I'm bringing this off my chest and I'm volleying it off to the other side. That's the type of thinking that you want. To borrow a phrase from Jurgen Klinsmann, that's proactive.
Tommy Thompson forward for the U.S. Bradford Jamison the 4th. Able to keep under pressure. Moore couldn't do anything with it, but it's out for a U.S. throw. Shaquan Moore of the FC Dallas Academy after graduating from the Under-17 residency program in Florida. Jamison creating space. Jamison just puts it wide. Now inches away for the LA native Bradford Jamison. The U.S. will now make their first change of the game as one of the other Tijuana players, Paul Arriola, coming on, and Ben Spencer, who again we heard in the pregame from Tom Ramos, really credited being healthy, being back in the team, changes things. What do you think about this move?
Well, you get a much speedier player, a player with more flair, a player that can do opportunities. You lose Ben Spencer up there, being that big man up top. thought Ben Spencer had an okay game. Came back, held the ball, showed well, but didn't have the several chances that you want as a guy up top on goal.
Good strong work there by Cameron Carter-Vickers. Well, Arriola couldn't get away, and it's Akeem Garcia with it back for Trinidad and Tobago. He goes down in a heap. Referee unimpressed. And Moore gets it clear to midfield. Took there by Marquette. And Trinidad and Tobago able to knock it around. Inside of a half hour to go now in Montego Bay, Jamaica. As it stands, the U.S. advancing to a playoff against an opponent to be determined tomorrow. The game will be on Saturday. The winner goes to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Trinidad and Tobago, though, if they are to win, they would be going on at the expense of the U.S. Here's Emerson Hyndman now. Hyndman clips it central. Arriola trying to catch up to that bounce off his first touch, and it peters out to Johan Welch.
Paul Arriola has been put in the game to make a difference, and we judge coaches on the changes that they make and how they affect the game. He will have been given instructions on what to do. Get in there and make a difference and use that speed, use that creativity that you have.
Akeem Andrews now popping up on the left-hand side, running at Shaquille Moore.
Love it. Love it. Love that one-on-one defending from Moore.
And Arriola, who's taken the wide right position. Thompson looks like he's come central. After that substitution, whistle and a foul. As a part of the team at the Under-17 World Cup in 2011, wasn't involved either the U-17s or the U-20s 2 years ago, Paul Arriola. Romain Gall, somewhat more quiet tonight than he had been in the last two games. Hat trick against Aruba. Both goals in the win over Jamaica, both from the penalty spot. Arriola now has Moore out wide. Shaquille Moore has it now. Perez right on top of him. Moore, his own touch, gets a cross away, didn't get full contact. And his pressure, though, is able to win the U.S. a throw down in the corner. The noise from some of the Jamaica fans making their way in. Jamaica will play Aruba. Dangerous collision there. Russell Knuth and Cameron Carter-Vickers, and Knuth holding his shoulder, but that could have been much worse. Gall trying to turn on the defender Gomez. Romain Gall gets the cross away. Arriola tracking, heads it back in front. A follow-up header from Hyndman. Easy save for Welch. Mayoska flying forward, but coming over the back of Matthew Wu Ling, says the referee. Free kick, Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago are preparing a substitute in the wings. It is Levi Garcia, the youngest member of their team, getting set to come on in a moment. As that's misplayed out wide by Marquette, and here comes the change. So it'll be Wu Ling who is off. Levi Garcia, 17 years of age. Second substitute appearance in the tournament, 2 starts as well. Made his debut for the Under-17 national team at the age of 14, Levi Garcia. And he comes on now as Trinidad and Tobago's first sub of the game.
Number 11, Levi Garcia.
Well, once again, we play this game where we say, what elements of this U.S. team could possibly in the future benefit the full team? I've loved the way that this team is played out wide with Rejejo and Moore getting up and down. And we look at the U.S. team now and the lack of width that they have and the problems that has caused.
All over the top, trying to chase onto this one, and that's going to be too far for Sucharan to control.
No doubt, Emerson Hyndman in that deep lying midfield position, a possibility. Spencer, that's interesting, because if you are a big forward in the U.S. program right now, you have an opportunity. Jozy Altidore is the man. We saw what happened to the U.S. team this summer when he wasn't around. Now, I'm not saying these young guys are going to step into Jozy Altidore's position, but there is an opportunity right now for someone to come along and be that guy up top. I don't see it yet in Ben Spencer. There could be others. If I was a big guy up top, I'd be licking my chops.
Akeem Andrews has it wide for Trinidad and Tobago. Lifts in the cross. Up to get it is Miazga. Flying through is Maquette trying to get on the end of it. It's the U.S. who carries out through Paul Arriola, only as far as Hackshaw. Back forward now, Maquette into a challenge here with Knuth. Referee likes it. Arriola, Thompson trying to help lead the U.S. out. Hyndman dances his way around. Again, the margin is still very narrow for the U.S. Good touch there by Thompson. And Montego Bay on the final day of the group stage to the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship. The winner of this game advances to a playoff on Saturday for a spot of the Under-20 World Cup to be played this June in New Zealand. The loser has their dreams dashed. The U.S. would advance with a draw. See Shaquille Moore be fouled there. Romain Gall on the ball for the U.S. And this is good enough as it stands. How much would they love, though, to have a little bit of margin for error with a goal? Pass evading Emerson Hyndman. Long clearance forward. Miazga there to head it down. Requejo. Trying to find Jamison, and it's going to be out for a Trinidad and Tobago throw. I understand Junior Flores will be coming on for Romain Gall in a moment as Tommy Thompson has the ball and finds Hyndman. Arriola has it. Wide in the space, it's Romain Gall who's on his way out, and that might come sooner than he expected as the flag was up for offside. Here comes the change. Gall 5 goals in the last 2 games. Held quiet here. And Junior Flores, the reserve and youth setups at Borussia Dortmund, will be coming on. Second change of the game for the U.S.
Good change, quiet night for Romain Gall. Junior Flores comes on. This is a guy who at times has lacked technical discipline or tactical discipline, but he's gotten a whole lot better.
Danger here, Levi Garcia lobbing over the top, and Zach Steffen had to be alert with Akeem Garcia running on.
And he's not being asked tactically to do a tremendous amount here. He's been asked to attack. It actually reminds me of times of Tab Ramos plays, and the quickness.
Thompson reversing it for Arriola. Poor first touch, though. Able to recover it. Moore cutting inside of Perez. Knocked away in the center. Arriola doing just enough there as Akeem Andrews thought he was getting away. Well, Trinidad and Tobago has struggled late in games. 5 of the 6 goals that they have conceded at this tournament have been at this stage of the match or later. And they will make their second change now, and it is the player we thought might start today, Ricardo John, freshman at Virginia Tech. The only other forward listed available because of the suspensions, replacing Akeem Andrews. Levi Garcia. Garcia splits 2. Almost past a third. Russell Knuth, though. Good work defensively. And he's fouled behind the play. Referee will play advantage as the U.S. is bringing it forward through Hyndman. Thompson beaten to that ball, though, by the alert Jesus Perez. Carter Vickers then intercepts the pass. 20 minutes to go. Long ball over the top. A touch from Watson. Junior Flores tackle off it by Hackshaw, but a foul and a free kick for the U.S.
Looked all right to me there from Muckett.
Well, and again, late goals have been the issue. The biggest of those three was against Jamaica. They were 2-0 up in the opening game. And the penalty kick in second half stoppage time, giving away 2 points. They still would have needed, even with those 2 extra points, a win over the U.S. in this game, though. Emerson Hyndman from a ways out, standing over this free kick. Hyndman clips it into the area towards Carter Vickers. Header in front. Junior Flores couldn't get good contact, couldn't get it on target.
Yeah, but well played, well worked. There was an understanding of this is what's going to happen. This is played. Look at that. Well-weighted ball.
The Oscar, rather. Ariola now. Charging forward. Moore almost threaded that through. This is Perez. Just got his foot in the way. Back for Ariola. Sent across from deep by Knudsen. Uncontested header away by Gomez. U.S. throw. Ariola wide for Moore. Continues his run forward. Shaquille Moore instead takes this